Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your Direct Sales Domme, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the Direct Sales Domme, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast. My name is Jennie Bellinger, otherwise known as the Direct Sales Domme, and I'm the host and executive producer of this podcast. I'm a certified professional coach and direct sales expert. This podcast came to be because I knew that it would allow me to help more direct sales professionals just like you to reach their goals. Today, I'm going to tell you my direct sales story and share my journey to becoming the direct sales Domme and badass coach that I am now. You need to know who the fuck I am if you're going to get all the value from this podcast. And yes, obviously, grown-up words are allowed here. I'm a single mom of two beautiful girls who are my daily motivation to help as many women and men succeed in direct sales. I believe in the power of a direct sales business to not only make a positive financial impact on the lives of women and their families, but also the non-financial impacts of running your own business in the presence of others who are doing the same thing. I know what direct sales does for women because I was one of you for 7 years. When I started my direct sales business, I was a married, stay-at-home mom with a 22-month-old girl. If I got dressed on any given day, I put on a pair of maternity jeans, and no, I wasn't pregnant, a t-shirt and flip-flops. I wore zero jewelry except for my watch and wedding ring and rarely put on makeup. I had given up on myself for the time being, and I made myself last on the list of who I needed to take care of. I had no sales experience or training. In fact, I was a former middle school science teacher. And yet I was determined to make this business work because I had been working on going back into teaching, but it was the height of the recession. No schools had money to hire teachers with 5 years experience if they had the opportunity to hire someone right out of college. It hurt to hear no over and over and over again. So when I had the chance to start my own business for under $100, I jumped on it. If I could manage 30 sixth graders in one room, I can certainly run my own business, right? At first, I was great at sales. I've got to be honest though, I had it easy. My product was jewelry. You would think that jewelry would be a hard sell in a recession, but women needed a confidence boost or a special conversation starter to wear to their next job interview. Since it was the recession, it also should have been easy to recruit team members, right? Absolutely. But for the first 5 months of my business, do you want to guess how many I brought onto my team? That's right, 0. Until I learned what I was doing wrong. I accidentally recruited someone. I'll tell that story on a future episode. I learned that I wasn't truly focused on finding and sponsoring the right people. I also had the wrong mindset. No one wants to do this. Hell, I barely wanted to do direct sales until the right company came along. I also had the wrong language. The best way to get our jewelry is by becoming a rep for my company. Blah. Yeah, that was a winner every time. Finally, my behaviors didn't support recruiting and sponsoring at all. Once I got the sale, people rarely heard from me again until I needed another order or a party. Once I sponsored my first team member, though, it was like a switch was flipped and the floodgates opened. Within 4 months, I recruited 5 more team members, promoted, and then double promoted, which means I skipped a level altogether. And then I earned 2 incentive trips. I wasn't even trying. Less than a year later, I was recognized as the top leader at my level around the world for recruiting and 3rd for group sales. Overall, I earned car bonuses, more trips, 9 in total, cash bonuses with a comma in them, free product, free business supplies, and another promotion. During this time, I was not perfect. I made mistakes, and I was not limited by them. I kept going. I did amazing things as well. I grew, I learned, I implemented imperfectly. I watched others, mentored with them. So let me share what I've learned and continue to learn with you. In this podcast, you will not only get to listen in on my conversations with people who are dominating their business, you will also get episodes where I will share my experiences, knowledge, coaching, and business tips, perspectives, and even access to my extensive connections in the traditional business world who have nuggets of success to share with you. Each season will be comprised of 10 to 15 episodes focused on interviews with badass leaders in one company. I will sprinkle shorter solo episodes in where I'll share my knowledge and experiences with you to help shorten your learning curve. I also have an online membership community of other badass direct sales professionals who are just like you. We share our BHAGs, weekly goals, hold each other accountable, and we get shit done as a group. An online course is even included in the community. If this sounds like a group that you want to be a part of, go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com and click Join Our Community to learn more. If you don't get value from actively participating in the community, go ahead and cancel your subscription at any time. But I know that those who participate grow in their business. Those who just follow along don't get shit. Let's face it, true badasses don't just follow along. They get involved in the growth of their business. Again, that's badassdirectsalesmastery.com, and the link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening to the first episode, and be ready for a badass interview next.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your Direct Sales Dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the Dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.